Can't stop addicted to the shindig. Chop top, it says I'm gonna win big. Choose not to like of imitation.
Nice. Right in front of my face, y'all. Doing a little bit of different style of fishing today, guys. Check out what I caught him on. That's the new Mega Bass Sleeper Craw, guys. There's the first one on the Sleeper Craw. There's another one. Hook sets are a little different with this thing. I gotta really give it to him. God, look at the chunk he's got missing out of him. Something tried to eat him. Little 15-inch guy. Come on, he's right in front of my face again, guys. I lost like a 3-pounder. The very first fish I had on with this thing, y'all, but I've gotten bit pretty well after that. Haven't missed a hook set. Tightened my drag down a little more. My drag was just too loose the first time because I knew I was going to really have to bury him with that non-exposed hook, but it's still pinning these little guys pretty good. I missed a few on the Sleeper Craw, so I'm trying to go back through and clean up with the chatterbait. A couple of them were pretty dang big too, unfortunately. They felt like it anyway. I didn't get to see any of them, but they slammed it and ran sideways. I don't know if they were just short striking it or what, but I couldn't get a hook on them. Sneaky spin in the drop minnow. God, they're just being pecky though. They're just not eating baits hard. I barely got him. There's another squeak on the sneaky spin. Dinks on the sneak. If y'all are going to use this, you need to have a very stout jig rod, and I just don't have it right now. I have 2 normal medium heavies. Just for normal like soft plastics and stuff, but you literally need like a real stout jig rod to set the hook with this and to keep them pinned. That's like the 4th or 5th fish that I've had on that has gotten off. It's a great bait, it gets bit, but I just don't have the right combo right now. I didn't choose the right one when I brought my conventional rods out, so you need a pretty beefy rod to set the hook on this guy. Wow, look at there. Oh, geez. I'm intending to catch bass, and I just put on a little Guggen Squad saucy swimmer. It's one of their snacky swimmers. It's 2.5 inches. They make it for crappie use, but it works well on these sneaky spins. And look at the first fish that I catch on it. A really nice crappie. And not only that, I think this is a magnolia crappie, because can you see the black stripe down his back right there? Isn't that crazy? That's a good size one too. He was right on the rocks, just where all the bass have been. It's pretty cool. I can just absolutely annihilate this one, and then I can't get hooks in 4 or 5 other ones. Don't get me wrong, great bait, looks awesome, concept's awesome. I couldn't get a hook in some of the bigger ones earlier. I was pretty bummed on it again because I needed some redemption. Y'all saw what happened the last time I was on this spot. It's loaded right now. I mean, I can't get bit anywhere else. The spot is loaded, so I'm fishing it. I mean, what else are you gonna do? You're gonna leave somewhere where you know there's fish and go fish other places and not catch anything? No, you're gonna stay here, but hopefully I can get a big one before we leave here. There's a better one. Finally, guys. Finally. I let him take it just a little longer. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe I just wasn't letting him eat it enough earlier, but he destroyed the sleeper craw, man. Just gulped it. He thought he had a craw, but it wasn't to be. So there you go, guys. Have a little perseverance. Don't just give up on a bait if you can't figure it out. I was really close. I was getting super frustrated that I couldn't get any of those bites in the boat, but maybe they just weren't eating it as good as they will now. Maybe it was just a bite window thing. Who knows? But I finally stuck a pretty good one there.
Listen what I say, oh, I got your hey, oh.
Maybe if I came down and landed on top of my head. Even a little squeaks will bite it. This is the last time I'm gonna go around here, but what I did to try to get a bigger bite, I upsized swim baits. That's a 2.8 Kitech, a fat Kitech, so hopefully a bigger bass will want to eat that. There's another one. He's a little bigger. Just switch your swim bait up a little bit if you're in an area where fish are at, and keep getting bit. There he is. Come on up. Decent one. Just for the first time that I've seen it all year. The water temp just went over 70 degrees. So I'll be throwing those little bit chunkier ones more often. Y'all will see those. There's one. You might be better, guys. Oh yeah. Look at it. The heck is that? What is that? The next cast. Y'all, I don't know how to feel about fishing right now. I just lost another giant. I mean, it wasn't a giant, it was probably like a 5 or 6 pounder, but I should have had the net ready on him. He was close enough, I could have netted him. Be bigger, be bigger, be bigger, be bigger. Wow, that is another Magnum crappie. What the heck? I switched swim bait trailers to try to get some bigger bites. 3-inch Euro tackle B vibe. Had like a 5 or 6 pounder on, and then I've caught a few more. That's a magnum crappie. It's a chunk. Thanks. That was the last cast I was gonna take. Went back to the same spot to try to get a little bit of redemption. Definitely got numbers, but man, those big fish are playing with me lately. I'm like 2 for 6 on the big ones in the last 2 trips, but I'm gonna try not to let it bother me too much because I know eventually I'm gonna start getting the best of them. They can't dodge me forever, so. And then let's go over, so those sleeper craws, I know it's a real hot bait right now, and I wanted to give them a shot because I liked the sleeper gill a lot. They were really durable. I caught 5 or 6 fish, maybe even more than that, maybe like 6 or 7 fish on this. All the appendages are still intact. The action's really good in the water. If you reel it fast, these flutter real tight, but I was getting my success crawling it on the bottom, and it's like a jig. When you get bit, you got to reel down, take the slack up, and whack them. And my conventional skills were a bit rusty, guys, because I missed the first few fish that I had on with this because I didn't get a good hook set in them. And it matters what gear you use. So whatever jig rod y'all would throw a 5/8 ounce jig on, so over a 1/2 ounce jig on, you need to use it because you need all the beef that you can get to really get a hook, a good hook set in those bass, because that hook is very buried in that bait. It is truly non-exposed. And I will say that's a plus because the sleeper gill, honestly, it's not all that weedless. It gets hung up pretty easy, but this is truly weedless, and you could throw this around rocks like I was doing. You could throw it around timber, brush piles, any kind of heavy cover. This thing will be able to get around. So I was pretty impressed with it. Y'all give that a try. It's a pretty fun bait to throw. And then the other thing that we learned today, guys, if you're catching a lot of fish but there's not a lot of size to it, all I did was simply change my swim bait trailers, guys. I went from that drop minnow to a Euro Tackle B Vibe, a 3-inch model, and I had been getting big bites on a 3-inch trailer on a chatterbait, and they just weren't in the chatterbait mood today, but they were killing the sneaky spin. And this is what I lost the really big one on again today, unfortunately. He just worked me. Like I said, it just wasn't to be the last couple of times, but like I said, I will be getting back on them, and there will be some big ones caught in the next few weeks. So y'all stay tuned for that. And until then, thanks for watching. Y'all take her easy, and we'll catch you on the next one.